Hey, we're Alesana, and you're watching
Band T.V.
That was awesome. What would you say for Alesana has been the shining moment thus far in your guys' career?
First thing I'll say is the shining moment is when we changed our name from Alesana to Alesana, which is actually
I swear
that was a big day for us.
That's a common misconception.
Yeah, I think it was actually the first day, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is when we named the band was when we decided to go ahead and name it Alesana instead of Alesana.
Okay, I guess I'll play the scapegoat on that one for all the other people in the world.
No, everybody.
I've actually had people correct me on stage and say it's Alesana after I announced the band Alesana, and I've had to deal with
I thought I said Alesana.
You said Alesana, it's Alesana.
Alesana.
But
So
we've
you got
had
okay.
kids yell from the crowd and say, "Isn't it Alesana?" And we're like, "I think we know the name of the band."
That's all for them, man.
No, that's good. We got that clear. Okay, besides the fact that you changed your name from Alesana to Alesana. No.
Back to Alesana.
Now you're confusing me.
Alesana was what we...
Alesana
after
is the name of the band.
The 6 changes, it ended up being Alesana.
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 And then we changed it to Dog, and then it came back to Alesana.
Okay. Alesana. Besides changing your name to Alesana, what would be the shining moment so far?
Well, I would say like one of the best moments is our first show we played in Mexico. And it was the first time ever that when we were on stage and playing, we couldn't hear our instruments because the crowd was singing so loud. And I've never felt, I don't think we've ever had such an impact as that before. So I'd say like that is probably one of the biggest moments as far as I'm concerned.
Now, being like an American band and getting like I guess popular in Mexico, was it just the fact that they were psyched that there was like a rock show going on, or was it they actually knew like everything that was?
No, they sang louder than we did. In Mexico City, our music was playing on the PA, like the CD, and we couldn't even hear the CD playing because the whole crowd was singing louder than the CD was playing.
Yeah,
it was wild.
There's actually people hardcore dancing
to the record playing.
to the record playing.
How does I guess Mexican hardcore dancing compare to American? Any differences?
They're really good at it.
Yeah, they are.
Mexican kids have a lot more rhythm than American.
They got a lot of style down there.
All the clap parts, they're on time.
Plus the chicks are brutal.
They're not afraid to get in there.
The girls get in there with the guys, man.
I think they slam.
And synchronized jumping was extremely popular. Just vast fields of the Mexican kids just flying together. It was amazing. Great haircuts too.
Excellent haircuts.
Rivaling American haircuts, or
I'd say a few of them surpassed.
I think they surpassed.
I still think we're on top of the haircut fashion. I'm gonna give it one to you guys.
Well, how about for the future? Besides, like, every band's dream, or maybe not every band's dream, but like instead of like an award of some sort, what would be a shining moment? Usually, I think like a certain television appearance on a certain program. Some bands have said like being on The Simpsons. What do you think would be a cool shining moment?
Conan
to shoot
O'Brien,
for?
baby.
Yeah.
Conan. We want you, Conan.
Yes.
I just want to hang out with Tony.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could play like with meet any musician, but if I met Conan O'Brien,
I'll be starstruck.
It's had a huge impact on like my whole humor growing up, everything.
I heard an interesting fact about Conan O'Brien yesterday, and that's that he drives in a green Ford Taurus.
He does.
And they don't even make
I
Ford
think
Tauruses.
it's 97 actually.
Really, 97.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
I saw one of the episodes where
How
he
do
was
you
getting checked
possibly
out.
know that?
I was watching an episode of it, and he was trying to like shop with some Ferrari owners, and about this. it was awesome.
Awesome. Now, you guys, do you see yourself being more as like a homebody type of group, and you like to stay be at home, being in the creative process, writing all the time, or do you prefer being on the road and being in touch with your fans?
The fans are the reason we do this. So I love being out. I love seeing the fans every day. It's what lights me up. It's what gets me going. I love writing too, but you can write from the road, so why not do both?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of that goes on writing from the road?
Oh, definitely. Especially. Yeah.
Like how many? When you guys if you were to prepare to go in for a record, like do you guys bang out 12 songs? Or do you have like a roster of 30? Like somebody like to go in and write like 60 songs, but they just pick from the pile.
When we recorded on Fret Wings of Benny and Wax, we scratched like 3 or 4 songs, just because we had a library of stuff. So yeah, we usually like to write more than we need, because you can always go back and fix stuff later.
Any chance that those songs will ever see the light of day?
They'll see the next record definitely.
On the next record. And what about the songs that you're currently writing for the next record? Do you think they're?
It's going to be a mixture of both.
Both.
What we're working on right now is trying to make the older stuff mesh with the newer stuff.
What about some what are some of your best and earliest musical moments? Growing up, a lot of parents have their kids listen to certain types of music. Does any of that like affect you guys growing up at all?
I have a pretty good one. I used to go to this like Christian summer camp, like back, when I was like 13, and when I first started playing guitar. And I was in a little praise group with my church, and at the camp I got to get on stage and play my guitar with the singer of the group, and that was just like, I don't know, that was like the moment for me. It was my first time ever on stage with my guitar. I just felt so good. Like, I don't know, I'd say that'd be like one of the biggest moments as far as I'm concerned.
Anybody else?
Yeah, both my parents were musicians for most of their lives, and that's actually where they met in a band in the 80s. But
have you heard the band?
Oh yeah, they were really good actually. But I mean, they used to play the same venues that we played back in Raleigh, and it was fantastic just to be raised around that and listen to music since I was a child. So.
I saw Neil Diamond when I was in 6th grade. Neil, I mean, he was a master. So.
Does that still stick with you?
Neil Diamond, I mean, you don't fight that. You don't fight that. And he had a revolving stage. He had everything. And one day, I stand with that.
Hey, we're Alesana, and you're watching
Band TV.
I guess between I guess you guys have a pretty awesome international audience. I mean, like you're so popular in Mexico and here. Can you tell me about like the weirdest fan that you might have ever encountered?
Wow.
I think I might have the ultimate fan story for me was we were playing in Pennsylvania or something. I was going to the bathroom. I was standing at a urinal, just focused, just very committed to what I was doing. And this guy, he's a very big fan, walked up to the urinal right beside me and whispers in my ear, like, "Hey, I don't even have to pee. I just really like your band a lot." And I was like, that's awesome. I mean, it's getting a little awkward, but I appreciate it. And I go over to wash my hands, just follows me right over, talking about like the band and everything. I was like, I appreciate it, but maybe the timing. Next time we work on that. That's all I got. But no, that's pretty. I laughed for quite a while.
Like, no matter what you're doing, she's just being conversational.
Striking it up anyway, man.
There was a strapping young lad in Mexico City, like at the end of our set. I'd like dove out in the crowd or whatever, and this one kid like grabbed me and he pulled me down to the ground and he wouldn't let me up. And he grabbed my hand and he put this handkerchief in my hand. He's like, never forget me, remember me forever. And I could not get out of the crowd. Like, all these people were like grabbing me, pulling me. Dennis, I was just like reaching for his hand, and like I almost had it, and then I got jerked back down, and there's like all these people swamped on top of me, and there's this kid like, don't forget me, and I'm like, I won't forget you. And like, still this day I have that kid's handkerchief, but I'll never forget that kid. He scared me a lot. I love you, man.
So you don't hold it close to yourself like what William Wallace and Braveheart did with his wife?
I keep it in my bag.
Yeah. Well, now I got a little bit of a guide here. Can you tell me a little bit about how Alesana came to be a band?
Take it away.
Patrick and I met in Baltimore City, and we were writing together. We were playing in like a punk rock band back then, and then we decided to split off and do our own thing. And I guess for about a year we were writing together, and then we decided to move to North Carolina because the scene down there was definitely a lot bigger and a lot more welcoming for bands and stuff. So that's where we met everybody else was down there.
It was, when they met me.
Actually, that's a good story. I was waiting tables in a restaurant, and he was sitting out like on the patio area, and he just had that look. I was like, I bet that guy plays in bands. That's how I found him. That's how I found
this
Dennis.
look, this money-making look.
You took like 3.5 weeks to call me too.
I was in school to be a product designer, and I was dead in college, and I got out of that puppy and joined up.
Well, being that you're going to be a product designer, how about I ask, if you guys weren't doing music, what would you be doing instead?
I'd probably be helping my dad run his landscaping business. That's probably the first thing I can.
Is that something you grew up doing? Like, was that your summer job ever?
I had one of those dads that always kept you working, so it's sort of like that. And he started his business up. He's like, boy, if you ever want to leave your band, you can come help me run my business. And I was like, all right.
Sure.
Yeah, I actually would probably be in college playing baseball. Like, I had a couple scholarship opportunities and stuff, but I passed it up because I wanted to play music. It was my number one passion, so.
Did you feel like you made the right choice?
Oh, definitely. I love it. I love every minute of it.
Yeah, if I wasn't living the posh playboy lifestyle of being in Alesana, I suppose I'd be back in college trying to design furniture. This was my dream.
What kind of furniture?
Just furniture. I was really
didn't matter what-
because I was in art school, but I hated artists. Like I really did, and I was just strictly design. I wanted to design like furniture and blenders, like houseware and stuff. That was really what I wanted to do.
Every man's.
And now I'm in
for
a
real.
dead-end band and loving it. You know?
Yeah. I'd have to say I worked in a print shop for a while and I really enjoyed that. So I don't know. I'd either be doing that or racing cars or something.
What type of cars?
Oh, NASCAR,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
I was a writing major in college, so I always wanted to be like a big editor, like in a big city somewhere, like editing a magazine or something like that. So I would have done that.
For a little while, it would have been BMX, but that's when I was younger. But now I'd probably just be sleeping on the couch, someone's couch, anybody's couch.
Anyone's.
I don't have many goals, really.
He's honest. He's honest.
I don't think much of myself and what it could be. Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah,
It defines him.
Carbs.
Sort of
bake. That's what I do.
Shake
found it out there.
Were your parents down with your vision of wanting to be a band or wanting to give up everything else to do that?
Not at first,
Yeah.
but after this past Christmas, I went home and like all of my neighbors like know about it. They know about the band. They all have CDs, and my family's just like went from not really all that supportive to like super supportive. So I mean, first no, but now it's like they're all for it.
I'm sorry. So I didn't know if you were going to order or not.
Are we doing the
Doesn't
order
matter.
thing?
Whoever.
Is that right?
Shout it out.
Like it's getting
How do you guys want to do it?
It's been the order's been working good.
Yeah, let's
I mean,
get it.
Adam, you and I at the
Whatever.
same time. You ready?
All right, strike one.
Well, my dad's a pastor, actually, of a Pentecostal church, so, like, I started playing music in church, and that's how I got my start or whatever. Then I started my own little band, and I met up with these guys. And, they're kind of sketchy about it, like, they're not too fond of the whole screaming thing, and this and that and the other. They want me to come home, they're like, you go to school and this and that, but they've been supportive, but, like, not like, supportive as in they don't want me to feel that they want me to be gone and this and that. They want me home and that, but they also at the same time they're proud of me because we're succeeding as a band. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I used to like my dad plays bass and I used to jam with him. I used to play drums and he would play bass.
I like how the order thing.
Did we just talk about an order?
Yeah,
We just decided not to go
we
in
just
order.
decided.
Okay, somebody fight.
Did we?
I let you share my chair, and this is what happened.
for each. Yes. I'm down.
There you go. I mean, go ahead.
Although I did
So-
the decision was made.
Ultimately, though, my father's really proud of me that I finally joined a band with screaming. And that was a shock to me, but it shows the support right there. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, I'm
You
straight.
can go now.
I don't.
Yeah, my dad used to be in a band a while back. He was in a cover band like before he got drafted. Then he quit playing music, and so now it's like he's supportive. He wants to be successful in it, but he feels that he had a little time in the music industry, and he understands how it works still, and that's all I get is just an earful about what I'm doing wrong. Hey, we're Alesana, and you're watching
Band TV.
Sean, what's your dad?
No, it's you, dude.
Sean, I insist.
That was a good story.
I think you should go ahead, Dennis.
Alrighty then.
Yeah,
I don't
my
want
dad's
to.
always been since day one. Like,
Yeah, it was.
I come from a very musical family. None of them were ever like musicians. My mom used to sing in a band, and my dad's always just drilled music into me.
Did I tell you about my dad? He was in a band
He was in the
before he got drafted.
before he got drafted. That was
My,
Yeah.
my dad was in a band too.
Did he play
so was
bass?
my mom. Yeah.
Didn't we talk about the
My
order
mom was in the
earlier?
Which?
Yeah.
My dad was
Yeah,
never
I
in a band. Could have been in a band.
You had a good story, good input.
Oh, Dennis, go ahead.
I don't even talk anymore. I don't.
That's,
No,
I mean,
I'm
we've
not
all
sharing.
gone now.
Do you even have
Not
parents?
it. Not it.
Not it.
Not it.
No, not in it. Adam, you lost.
On you.
Told my stories.
Oh.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah, I'm going.
Go for it, man.
We're
It's all
ready.
you.
Everybody ready?
It's all you.
All right,
Let's go.
do
Ready?
it.
Yeah, my parents are really
Well, my
supportive.
dad, he.
No, my parents are really supportive, so that's pretty much.
Yeah, that's the end of that story.
Good story though.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It was
Thanks,
worth
Mom,
waiting
Dad.
for.
I'm glad we waited for that
We
one.
built that one up for a while.
Your enhanced album includes a lot of live footage of yourself. Do you find yourself critiquing yourselves on stage when you see like live footage?
Oh, absolutely.
That's all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
We used to back when we first started the band. We would we'd always record ourselves like on this little recorder we have, and we'd do video footage and just like critique ourselves. So that way, whenever we see a live performance, we end up changing stuff just because we always want to keep it fresh. And
I've actually even tried working on my faces. Like, so yeah.
there's stuff you do on stage you don't realize you're doing until you see how dumb you look when you're doing it when you watch the videos,
Yeah.
right?
And we do look incredibly dumb.
Yes.
All the
Yeah, it was
time.
pretty much.
Yeah, very dumb.
It was fascinating.
As dumb as it gets.
Out of everyone in the band, who would everybody vote makes the worst faces on stage?
I got an impression right here. It's kind of like the sideways bat face. It all shifts from here to here.
They love Pat. All right.
Everybody loves Pete.
Because
No one
I
cares
mean it
about your
and I'm into
hideous
it.
sneer.
Yeah, slow clap in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys just got off a rather large tour, and you're about to start a couple more. How do you guys prepare for being on the road for so long?
Oh, I mean,
I don't really think about it much. Honestly, I know it sounds like a lame answer, but playing shows is what we've always wanted to do. So like, as cheesy as it sounds, like a dream come true. So I just look forward to every day. It's like
They don't know it, but secretly I volunteer. It's not funny, right? I volunteer at daycares and work with children. On top of meditation.
Circulate your feelings out, Steve.
Steve, come on.
Andy's out. That's good.
I don't actually do that though, by the way.
Oh, we're gonna cut that part out. What you just said. We're gonna leave it. That's what you do. What's your favorite thing about being on the road?
telling Steve to turn the generator on.
Yes. Making fun of Steven for breaking the air conditioner on the top of the RV.
In our RV, it's really important to stay juiced up because we live extremely high-speed lifestyles. And with
These are all
different pieces of hyper technology, is what I call it, which is just my Game Boy.
These are actually
it has to
patented
stay
terms.
charged.
My favorite part is with that though they asked me to turn the generator on, I know that I could kill them at any moment. I could just run off the road, they would all die with myself.
My favorite part is when certain band members drive the RV into awnings that are too low and rip the AC.
What is it,
I was cold.
Second show?
I was cold. I was cold. I didn't want to hear it.
All right, so the story, I mean, you can't just keep bringing up. The story is, what is it, the second show tour? We just got this RV, and we're all super stoked, because we used to tour 8 guys in a 12-passenger van, and we're all just crammed in it. So now we have like a 35-foot RV. It's great, and we're all really excited about it, so something had to happen. And what that was it Helen Keller is the name for it now? Helen Keller flies into the venue going, what, 70 miles per hour under this big concrete awning because it's like built into a hotel and just rims the AC unit off the top of the RV and a catastrophe. And just, I mean, that went ahead and settled
Still
it.
rebar
we
comes
did-
through the roof
I
inside.
was trying to keep us humble. We didn't need 2 air conditioners. I didn't need it.
He was cold.
I was cold.
What's your guys' RV equipped with on the inside to keep yourself like entertained, and
Microwave,
comfortable?
refrigerator,
Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero?
Guitar Hero.
CTVs.
Really nice drapes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we actually constructed a curtain thing to cover the driver.
It's a nice fold-out couch that me and Jeremy share together.
It's classy. It's all classy.
Yeah.